Hello everyone. New year, lots of new members to our group and lots of people using Cricut for the first time. So I'm going to do a quick, I say quick, we'll see how long it goes, look into Design Space, what there is, how to get started. If I miss anything or if there's anything else you want to know, leave a comment on this video, or if you're in the group, pop a post up and I'll try and address that in the next video. Okay, so we're on Design Space. This is our home page of Design Space. Just to start, I am a Cricut subscriber. You don't have to subscribe to Cricut. You can download fonts, images, SVGs from other places. I just like the ease of just being able to click, do what I want. If I want to try anything, I can try it, but a lot of times I do just upload my own. But here we go. This is our home page of Design Space. What I'm going to do is let's have a look at this. Along here we've got quick links, so materials and accessories, beginner projects, how-tos, contributing artists, sort of what's trending. So you've got lots of ideas along there. This is the Discover page. We'll go down and open my stuff. And this is all projects you've made. This is my projects. These are projects I've bookmarked. And then of course all. Then next one down, you have got collections. Not collections, images. Reading down before I'm getting there. These are Cricut images that I have bookmarked to come back to look later. These are my images I've uploaded. I've never purchased an image off Cricut Design Space, so I'm assuming these are just free images because I've never purchased any. And then obviously you've got the all, which will mix them all together. Collections. So when you've got Cricut Access, you can make collections so you can keep everything together and just make it easy to find. Then we've got the link to Cricut Access. Obviously I am a subscriber. Yours may not look like this. You do get a 30-day free trial, I believe, when you start. Below that you've got the heat guide, which will open up. This is a great tool. Yes, I'm on my Mac. And you're going to put in, you're going to pick what you're using. Using the Easy Press one, you can actually do it for other, like I use sometimes if I need a type and time, I will just use this anyway. So I'm going to say we're using Everyday Light on cardstock, and we're going to apply. And it's going to tell us our temperature and our time and what pressure we should be using. Then below that we have the Cricut store. I don't really buy a lot from the Cricut store. You do get a voucher once a quarter if you're a subscriber, but their sale stuff is usually very good. They usually have really good deals on sales. And go back to our Discover page. Now here you've got what do you want to make. So you can say I want to make t-shirt. Why can't I spell today? What is wrong with me? There we go. And it will bring up projects for you, images, image sets, etc. So we're going to back out of that. Then we've got the quick starts. So I'm going to say I want to do a water bottle. You're going to pick your water bottle size or the design area. So we'll just say I'm doing a 24-ounce bottle, create. And this is the area size to your selected dimensions to ensure your project is the size you want. There you go, it's even telling you. Our new 10-pack plan provides ready-to-make designs that are easy to edit and cut. Obviously, I don't use this. That's why this is bringing this up for me. Same would happen with iron-on t-shirt. You're going to pick or use a custom size. You say you did a women's medium. It's going to give you the design area. You're going to hit create and it's going to bring you up a little template of the size. Down here, once again, here's my bookmarks, images they think I'd be interested in, projects they think I'll be interested in, image bundles, lots of little how-to videos, which are great when you're just starting. Obviously, trending now, calendars and planners, and so on and so forth. So that's kind of the beginning page. Then you're going to hit, when you want to do it, you're going to hit, so you've got those options again, and blank canvas. It always opens with images to start with, which I find really annoying, but there you go. When you're in your canvas, you can always also jump to projects, search your projects in there. Under that, you've got shapes. These are the shapes that you get for free. Then underneath, the ones that are included with your subscription if you subscribe. Images. So there's loads of different images for you to cut, print, draw. There are all different types which you can filter. Just apply in the girl reading a book, and it's going to give me all different. And then you've got text, which we'll get into more shortly. Monogram maker. I'm going to do a separate video on the monogram maker. This is an access only item. You can only use this if you have Cricut access. Layouts. So there are different layouts. So for a t-shirt, a bodysuit, these would not cut or print. It's just so that you can use them for your spacing for your designs. Upload. This is where we'll upload our own SVGs or images or pattern fill. So there's different types you can upload: PNGs, JPEGs, PNGs, SVGs. Then you've got, this is new, Create AI. Also going to do a separate video on this. You get 20 credits a month to use this. I believe you can buy more. I've never purchased any, so I am unsure. Let's get rid of this for a minute. So here we are. This is our basic canvas. Let's do a quick, most people want to start with a vinyl text, so I'm just going to type in hello. I don't know why I keep doing that. So now, highlight this, you get these extra bits across the top. So let's look at them. This is a basic cut, so this will cut your basic word letters from vinyl, card, infusible ink, whatever you want to cut. I'm using the Cricut Maker, so I can use all these extra tools. Depending on what your machine you have, is what will come up in this menu for you. Basic cut will come up, draw will come up, and score will come up depending on machine. Foil will come up depending on machine. And change your colour. Make it blue, pink, blue. I keep clicking off it. Here we have where we pick our fonts. Once again, I am subscribed, so I have full access to all the fonts. You can change your fonts in here. These are all Cricut fonts, system fonts. See, I have 303 system fonts. Lots of these are on your system already, depending on what you're using. But this is also where any downloaded fonts will be. I'm trying to think if I've got one in here. I love. Oh, I haven't got that one downloaded on here, so it won't work. But yes, this is where your downloaded fonts would be. I don't have many downloading because I don't usually use my Mac. I usually use my PC. But that's a whole thing going on at the moment. Recently used fonts, once again, I won't have many on here because I don't use my Mac generally for design space. Now, the font I'm going to change it for, just so that I can show you something else shortly. So I need a 2-layer font. Is Varsity. Let's close this up. So there we go, that's our font. This is your, if your font has different types, so bold, bold italic, writing italic. Obviously that will switch your function to pen. I'm just going to go back to regular, so I've got my basic cut. Your font size, as it would be in any word processor, your font size up and down. Your width and height, so if I want this to be 5 centimetres, no, I have to only put 1 5 in, 5 centimetres wide, I'm going to change my width to 5 centimetres wide and 1.2 centimetres high. This is with the aspect locked, the ratio aspect lock, I think that's what it's called, I don't know. If you turn off this lock and you change your height to 10, your width to 10, your height will not change. It will stretch out your letters. Same as the other way. If I change this to 10 or 100, I'll change it to 12, the width doesn't change. That's driving me mad now, being wrong. Let's take it back and lock that ratio again. No, it didn't go back far enough. There we go, that'll do. And then we're just going to make the whole thing bigger so we can read it. So this is your text functions along the top. Then you've also got this edit panel. Let's move this over so we can see. Size we've just done. Position, this is the position on the canvas. So if I need to stop doing that. So my position, see this number will change as I move it. This is done, I know lots of people don't ever use this. I use it when creating a box or anything like that, and I need my score lines to be in a certain place. Let me quickly grab a shape to show this one. I don't want it in black because that's boring, so let's make our heart pink. So let's go back to edit. So we've done this, arrange. So at the moment this heart is in front of this word. What if I want it the other way around? I'm going to bring the hello to the front. Want it back? I'm going to send it back 1 or 2 or 3 or just straight to the back. This doesn't change anything on your cutting, but it does help you when you're designing and laying things out to see what it's going to look like once you've put them all together. Rotation. So rotates 90, 180. So this basically is your, just rotates your thing. Flip. So you can flip horizontally, flip vertically. Font we've just gone through. Alignment, same as your word processor, left, center, right justified. I don't use that bit. Wrap on, wrap off. See? It is basically, see the wrap? See this part I'm using? This is basically all it does. Letter spacing. Let's move you out of the way for a minute. Letter spacing. So if I up the letter spacing, the spaces between the letters are going to get bigger. if I reduce it to we're at 0, if I reduce it, they're going to get even closer together. Line spacing. Let me just quickly. Line space and less space would be different for every single font you use. So line spacing, it does on the tin. You put it up, they get further away. You bring it down, going to get closer together. Sorry, I lost my words. Yes, so every single letter spacing and line spacing is going to be different depending on what font you want to use. I tend to, if I'm writing a two line thing and I want certain spacing, I tend to just have 2 separate words and then I move them exactly where I want them. But this is very handy just for quick changes. Select ungrouping. So I can ungroup this to the letters. So now the O is separate. Let me group them back again. Nope, I broke it, hold on. There we go. We can upgroup to lines. So now you click again, and I've ungrouped it to the lines. Hold on, let me go back. And then this is what I want to use this in group to layers. So now I can remove the front of that font. So they're separate items. Effects. Offset. Very popular. Loads of people love offset. See this line around the outside? That is your offset. Bring it in. You can do an inset. You can do an offset. So it gives that like shadow layer. Quickly apply this. There you go. Take that off again. Sticker. We will come back to sticker maker. Warp. Once again, a Cricut access only. Let me move this over here so you can see. And you can warp. And once again, not my favourite. If it has lots of options, you haven't got that much control. You can sort of, but I'd like to be able to like warp it myself. And then we've got the combine. There is another video in this playlist about what all of these do. Okay, I will link the combined video, and I think I've got an upload images video. I will link them in the description of this one so that you can find them. If you then wanted to cut this, I'm not going to be able to get very far in this because my maker is not switched on. We would then hit make. I'm not going to save this. Then this is our make it page. So because our heart is pink, it's going to show on a pink board. This has nothing to do with whatever colour vinyl. Because this is pink, if I put black vinyl down, it's going to cut black vinyl. If I put black card down, it's going to cut black card. Well, it's going to cut whatever I put on the paper. It's not printing it, it's just cutting whatever I put down for the machine to cut. The foreground of my font is green, so that's why it's on the green. Same with that one. Material load type. I have the original maker. I do not have a maker 4. I do have a Cricut Joy, so I do have smart vinyl for that. But for most purposes, I'm not going to get the off matte option. If you have a maker 3 and above, you're going to have that option. to have smart vinyl or off matte. You can then choose your material size. So I've only got the basic maker, so my biggest material size is A3. No, it's not A3. It's 12 by 24 inches. Obviously, you would have to use the bigger mat for that. And say my material is A5, so it's going to show me what an A4, how many of these I can get on an A4 piece of paper. Up here, you can say I want 5 copies of this. So I can upload 5 copies. I can just do this and it will give me 5 copies. If I want to take that back down to 1, to apply, and it will take it back to 1. Once you have picked your material size, how many copies, etc., then you move on to the continue. This is probably not going to let me do it now because my maker is not turned on. Let me quickly turn it on. It is so cold here right now. I apologise if you can hear my heater going. I am freezing. There we go, now connected. Then it's going to bring up this, which is set my base material. Depending on what you have chosen as your cut, so a basic cut, a wavy cut, pen, this is where it's going to give you to. I don't know why half of these are bookmarks, I never use them. These are my most used, not like cotton. You can go browse all materials. This will show you all compatible materials, so chipboard, with what I'm doing right now. So these are all the things. So you pick what you want to use it for. For this, we're going to go with vinyl, so I don't even actually know if I've got vinyl on this list. I'm not actually cutting this. And it's going to give you all the different types of Cricut vinyl. Obviously, you don't have to use Cricut vinyl. Use whatever vinyl you want. You just need to find the one that works. Let's just say we're doing that. Then it's going to load our tools and materials. So I've got no tool for clampé, so I haven't got a pen or a scoring tool or the scoring tool, pen, going A. So I need to load my fine point blade, which I've got in there, and to load my mat. Obviously, if you're doing matless, you would load your vinyl. I'm not loading anything, so I'm not going to press the button. When that's done, it will come down, then this will come up, and you can press go. You can switch it onto fast mode. I often do. It's your choice is yours, but it is as simple as that, and off you go, and it will start cutting for you. Right, let's go. I don't know why I've gone back to home. Let's cancel this. Yes, I want to cancel this cut. So we'll come back here. I think that's everything for now. As I said, if there's anything you think I've missed, let me know. I'm going to do a separate video on the monogram maker and the Create AI, as I think that's getting a bit technical, and I don't want this video to be 20 years long. So I really hope you enjoyed it all. Any questions, leave a comment. If you're one of my group members, pop a post up and we can go from there. Right, see you all soon. Bye.